Hi everyone. In today's interconnected world, businesses heavily rely on third-party vendors for cloud services, payroll, marketing automation, and data storage. This growing dependency introduces significant risk if vendor relationships are not properly managed. A single oversight can result in data breaches, legal penalties, or reputational damage. Therefore, third party risk management is essential to safeguard sensitive data and maintain compliance with evolving data protection laws. So, when understanding third party risk in data protection refers to the threats posed by the vendors who access, process, or store an organization sensitive information. These risks often stem from poor security practices, weak controls, or lack of vendor transparency. Common causes include misconfigured systems, lack of encryption, or untrained personnel. Evaluating vendor environments with the same scrutiny as internal systems is crucial to mitigate these risks. So, when looking at regulatory landscape like GDPR, CCPA, global privacy regulations like GDPR, CCPA, and India DPDP Act requires organization to ensure vendors meet strict data protection standards. So, under GDPR Article 28, data controllers must only engage processes that offer sufficient guarantees. Failure to do so can result in substantial fines. This makes it vital to assess third-party compliance as part of our legal and operational responsibilities. So when looking at the core principles of TPRM, a solid TPRM framework is based on five principles. First, identifying all third-party vendors. Then classifying vendors by risk level and data sensitivity. Then conducting risk-based due diligence. So when enforcing contracts and service level agreements. Continuous monitoring and compliance reviews. These principles helps integrate risk management into the vendor lifecycle. When we look at the risk assessment and vendor due diligence, so before onboarding a vendor, organization must perform comprehensive risk assessments. So when before applying controls, we calculate the inherent risk, and when we understand the scope of the vendor, then we'll perform the risk assessment based on the scope, and we include the security questionnaire in form of SIG, and we verify the certifications of ISO 27001 and SOC 2 Type 2, whatever it is, and the policy documents, procedures. Then evaluating breach history and internal controls due diligence ensures that understand what data vendors will handle and their capability to protect it. So when we look at the data mapping and ROPA, records of processing activities. So data mapping allows organizations to visualize how personal data flows through their systems and across third parties. This insight is essential for identifying risk exposure and ensuring regulatory compliance. The GDPR mandates maintaining a record of processing activities, which documents data categories, purposes, processes, and transfer mechanisms. ROPA should be updated regularly and linked to vendor inventories. So contracts, SLAs, and legal safeguards. Contracts must clearly define each party's responsibilities, especially concerning data privacy and breach notifications, which must include data processing agreements. So specifics, SLA metrics for security, breach reporting timelines, right to audit clauses. These legal safeguards ensure accountability and support enforcement. So next topic is data protection impact assessments. Why DPIA should be conducted and when DPIA should be performed. So DPIAs are required when processing operations involve high risk to individual rights. So they help organization identify, assess, and mitigate those risks before engaging a third party. DPIAs should be conducted when using New technologies performing large-scale processing and transferring data across borders, including vendors in DPAs, ensures shared accountability. In continuous monitoring and auditing. So, for high-risk vendors, we usually perform continuous monitoring and auditing. So TPRM is an ongoing process. Post-onboarding organization must conduct periodic audits, monitor security metrics and SLA performance, track incidents and vendor responsiveness. Tools like security scorecard or dashboards provides real-time risk visibility. So continuous oversight helps detect emerging threats clearly. So continuous monitoring tools like risk recon and security scorecard helps to validate the security posture of the vendor. So technology and tools. Modern TPRM programs benefit from automation and AI. Common tools include Bidside and Security Scorecard, as I mentioned earlier, for vendor risk scoring. So OneTrust and Archer for compliance workflows. Process Unity for centralized vendor governance. These platforms streamline onboarding, due diligence, and risk monitoring. So we can look at the real life case studies and what lesson we learned from it. So there was a data breach in 2013 for a target company. A third-party HVAC vendor led a breach exposing 40 million card details. So from this, access control should be strictly enforced. Then Blackbird in 2020, a ransomware attack impacted numerous clients. So therefore, here we should require the strong incident response plans. Then Cambridge Analytica, misuse of Facebook user data by a researcher. We should limit data sharing and purpose. These cases highlight the real world impact of weak third party controls. So effective TPRM is about more than risk avoidance. It's about building trust and resilience. Best practices include maintaining a centralized vendor inventory, integrating privacy by design, aligning legal procurement and IT teams, providing regular TPRM training. A proactive, well-governed TPRM framework protects data, brand, and our customers. Thank you.